Before I tell this story, I want you to know I moved to Croatia because it's the safest country and it's the best country. The people are great, everything about it is great, and it still is, even after this story. This story could happen anywhere. It's about a boy that was too emotional and couldn't handle it. So here, this is my story about how I got assaulted in Croatia. So we rent out these electric scooters, the stand-on ones. So I took one, I decided to take one to town. You know, I was gonna take one to Kaufland, but instead I was like, I'm gonna go to Plodine today. So I'm walking with it down the street, and I'm like, there's no cars. I'm gonna hop on this and just get by this little intersection. There's like a little intersection where there's no walkway. It's just road. There's no walkway, so it's just road, right? So I'm going down it, and all of a sudden this guy comes walking with his head down, completely down, into the middle of the road. The middle of the road. Remember, I said there's no sidewalks, but people do walk there, but there's no sidewalks, you're supposed to go around. And this guy, not only did he walk into the middle of the road, he walked into the middle of a road, the only intersection in that town, with his head down. So ultimately, he walked into me, and I kind of braced myself, because I kind of seen it coming, because it was like, whoa, he didn't see me coming, because he walked into me, and I looked down, and I just lowered my shoulder, and I tagged him on his jaw, and his head exploded everywhere. Like, it was like sunglasses over there, his phone over here, his wallet over there, and he's scrambling to pick up his things. So I stop, obviously, because I'm a good Samaritan. So I stop my scooter, I get off, I park it, I say, hey man, all you have to do is put the kickstand up. It's like a small stand-on scooter. So I said, hey man, you okay? I'm sorry, I didn't see you. You walked into the middle of the road. I just want to say I'm sorry and make sure you're all right. He gets up, Pichka, and he's going off, this guy. He's like, he just got a fresh haircut, because there's a hairdresser's there. So he got a fresh haircut, he's feeling nice, and then bam, someone hits him in the face. So obviously, anybody would be mad. But to the level this guy got was insane. So I stopped. I kind of figured that he was gonna be mad at me because he got hit, and I stayed on the scooter. I didn't fall off. It's a stand-up, so I should have fell off, but I didn't. He exploded everywhere. And so I go back, I say, are you okay, man? He gets up, he's yelling, Pichka, yelling at me, and then he swings at me. I block it, and I said, man, are you done here? And I started laughing a little bit. I'm like, are you done? Man, are you okay? You know? And he gets even more mad. Pichka, your mother, Pichka, your mother's, da-da-da-da-da-da. You know? Just going off in Croatian swear words. So I'm like this, you know what? I'm done here. I don't have time for this. I'm a father. I'm not going to fight this dude because he got emotional over nothing, over his stupidity. So I said, buddy, I'm leaving. I turn around to get back on my scooter. He comes up and hoofs me in the back. Which, by the way, both these shots were pussy. But, you know what I mean? I just said, man, hey, come on. And some girl is watching as she's driving by in the car. She starts yelling at him, leave him alone, da-da-da-da-da. And this other guy's watching like, what the hell is happening? And I'm just standing there like baffled. I'm like, dude, I don't want to fight you. But if I'm going to fight you, you obviously had 2 shots at me. I'm going to fight you. And I'm probably going to beat you up. So I don't want to do that. And I don't want to get in trouble by the law at all. I just got my citizenship. I'm a father. I'm almost 40. You think I want to fight somebody over nothing, over an accident? And, you know, it was just like, dude, I get it. I would have been mad. Anybody would have been mad at that point. But all out assault on me for nothing over a guy that walked away, and you kicked me in the back? You kicked someone in the back as they're walking away. Buddy, come on. I don't know who it was. But it's like, come on, bro. I don't know if he's Croatian or just a tourist, but that was my first time getting assaulted in Croatia, where it's got even close to that. The other time was, what? This drunk guy during COVID, he almost hit us with his car because we weren't wearing a mask, but he was like from a different country too. He was hammered driving and trying to run us over because he seen me and Mickey outside the store with no mask, and he started yelling at us to put our mask on, and that was another story. That's crazy. But this one, he actually punched me, but I blocked it. I just it hit my shoulder, and I blocked it with my hand, and I pushed it. It was pretty easy. And this guy, you could tell, he was very injured, confused. He didn't know what was going on. So the only thing and the only way he knew how to react was to get emotional and explode on me. And you know, I was just like, dude, come on, bro. What are you doing? And he had to have been like early 30s, late 20s. So he knew better not to do that. It's like, honest accident, the guy stopped. He tried to give me a cheap shot. And then as I'm walking away, he gives me another cheap shot, which was brutal. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he's Croatian, but the way he was swearing, it sounded like he was speaking Croatian. Could have been Bosnian or Serbian, or who knows, right? Or just knew a few words, the swear words. But yeah, man, that was my time getting assaulted. It was crazy. I came home. I was like, damn, I just got assaulted. And I knew I didn't want to fight him back because I felt like I was halfway in the wrong too. Even though this guy had his head down, but I lowered my shoulder and I braced it and I went into it because I didn't want to get hurt, right? So I was like, it's better him get hurt than me. So he got hurt, and then his emotions got hurt, and then he ultimately assaulted me, and he could have gotten in trouble if there was cameras around, whatever, but I'm not going to do that to the guy. You know what I mean? But he probably feels silly either way. His head got rocked off, and I'm sorry to whoever that guy was. I didn't mean it, but it's a funny story. I had to tell it, and everybody that's watching this, don't be alarmed. Croatia is still safe. This little incident could happen in any country, and I mean any country. It's just an accident where someone got their feelings hurt, and they had to react, and this was the only way they knew how to react. So don't be alarmed. Don't be scared. Croatia is still the safest country, still the safest country I've been to by far. I'm not even joking. Like, you don't get robbed. You don't get anything. You don't get petty theft. You don't get nothing done to you. Beat up. Like that was okay. Yes, I did get beat up. But I mean, I didn't get beat up, but I did get assaulted. I get that, how people might be scared about that. But that was a little bit different. It is because he got hit and he didn't see it coming, and I was another guy and he got his emotions hurt, and that was it. So everybody, be safe when you travel to Croatia. Watch out on the road, and whoever's coming up between dark alleys onto the middle of the road, keep your head up, look both ways before you cross the street. That's grade school stuff. You learn that in kindergarten. Look before you cross the street. Look before you enter a road out of a freaking alley. You know what I mean? Don't go on to the middle of the road out of an alley. How about that? Look. Can we look or no? But this is Bunjo, and I hope he's all right. I'm all right. We all live to see another day. And I hope one day I get to beat the guy and say sorry again. And hopefully he feels cool about it. But hey, remember, be safe out there, buccos.